if you're a Virgo born August 23rd to September 22nd, what can you expect for the month of September 2019? Let's tune in and find out. So, Virgos, it's like there's like it's like you've had to deal with some changes, and there's reminds me of just kind of a crack that's opened up, right? Things have not been perfect, and you're having to make some adjustments, and life is throwing you some changes. So there's this. The good news is you're not falling apart, right? Like, I feel like you're handling this, and I feel like things are going to start to come back together. And whatever that wound was, or whatever that shift was that created that crack, I feel like getting filled up in September, like healed in September. So if it's been a change with your job or a change in health, there is a new norm that's coming forward and moving forward for you, and kind of like a relief, like, okay, that's over, I can handle this. And it's just forward motion. So it's good, but I feel like, a little tenderness as you enter into September. Okay, let's look at relationships. For those of you that are coupled in a romantic relationship, let's start with that and see what's in store for you couples. I just feel like relief. I feel like there's a newness, a new quality, a freshness that is starting to show up in September. There's more of a relaxed energy. The tension feels like it's diminished. The worries feel like they're being handled. So it just feels like there's like I can finally breathe. There just feels more expansive energy, so it feels good. I do feel like communication is going to open up. I do feel like there's going to be some need for communication about what you both want, or the direction that you're heading, and having to speak up so that you can be heard, and formalize things in a little more detail. So I feel like September gives you that, gives you the space to have those conversations and to be able to be a little more assertive with what it is that you're looking for, or you creating life the way that you want it. And I feel like your partner, there's some resolutions coming, and it feels like it could be around your home life, in terms of whether you're buying or selling a house, or whether you're getting a new mortgage, or whether you're sending a kid to college, or your future plans. So whether you're having a vacation or not. So it just feels like around money and around work and around living, so it feels like it has to do with your foundation and how you're going to move forward. So lots of conversation, and that's going to help you move forward as well. Definitely some fun. I feel like there's a lot of energy that's coming with that new moon in Virgo, August 30th. So that feels like it opens some things up, and it feels like, it feels like a really nice time. An opening for you here in the US. That's our Labor Day. So we have this opening to be able to relax and to have some fun. Most people are able to get away or make time for their families. So I feel like that's a big opening for you. Also, the last month, there's a new moon in September 28th, new moon in Libra. That also feels like there's an opening there for new understanding and conversation and dialogue for your future. And let's not, there's Rosh Hashanah, which is the Jewish New Year, September 29th, that starts on the eve of that, which is kind of sets the tone for the next 12 months. So it may be that, the changes that you're making will come into flow and then influence that next year. So cosmically, energetically, that's in the ethers for us at the end of the month, to be able to create and generate. Whether it doesn't matter whether you celebrate that or not, that's kind of like in the ethers. There's an energy about organizing and moving us forward to what's next for us. And that's for everybody, all signs, at the end of the month. Okay, so there's also, we have a full moon in Pisces, September 14th. So I feel like for those of you in love, the couples, there's an energy there of tenderness. There could also be a level of sensitivity, so you want to be sensitive to your partner as well during that time. But I feel like all in all, Virgos, it feels like it's a nice coupling for you this month. Now let's look at those of you that are single and interested in romance. I feel like you're going to have to be a little more patient. It's things, and that's with yourself. And do you want to put yourself out there? Do you want to pursue? Do you not want to pursue? How are you feeling about this? Does it feel good to you? And so it feels like that has to do with yourself. So if you're feeling good about yourself, you absolutely can move forward and create a relationship. So let's see, for those of you that are feeling good about yourself and are choosing it. One of the things is not to be so hard on yourself and not compare yourself so much to what else is out there. It's giving me some indigestion, so I can feel some of you guys are carrying that energy in the belly, or anxiety in the stomach about, am I good enough? Do I fit in? Do they like me? Do they not like me? And do I pursue? Do I not pursue? So in September, the full moon of the 14th in Pisces, I feel like that's going to give you deepen your sensitivity about yourself and about what you want and what you're looking for. And I really like the second half of the month for your dating. It's like the first half of the month is more having fun, connecting with yourself, knowing what you want. And then that second half of the month feels like there's opportunity for love to really come in. So as you learn to love yourself, have fun, kind of like let your hair down, that next 2 weeks really opens up to a more viable romantic relationship. Okay, so let's move on to money and career for you Virgos. So I do feel like a lot of you are worrying about money, but I also feel like you've got reserves, or you have resources that some of them, for some of you, they're hidden resources. So in other words, you're not aware of the resources, you haven't really thought about it, but for those of you that are experiencing some financial pinching, there are resources there. You just have to kind of like pull your head out of the sand. Don't be afraid and go after the resources, whether it's a bank loan, whether you sell something, whether you sell, something you own, like a vehicle or a house, or, jewelry. I feel like there's money available for you. I also feel like there's additional jobs. Now, for those of you that are set financially, it's just about, I feel like it's more like creating awareness of where your money's going, what you're doing with it. And I'm not really seeing any big expenses, things that you aren't aware of. I just feel like there's an awareness of this is how much I have, and wanting to have more, right? Wanting to have more. So let's move into your career. And so I do feel like that the money is there. Okay, just to be clear, the money is there. Some of you may have to look for it, or it's behind a wall, meaning you're going to have to ask for it, or look around a little bit, do a little bit of more research to be able to see the money. And but you do have money that's available to you. Okay, so let's move into career. Feel like a big career around September 21st. There's an opening for career movement for some of you that have, want to market some things or have some things that you've been trying to get out there. That's moving around that September 21st, and or that new moon on September 28th in Libra is also a good time to push it out there. Even earlier in the month, the new moon of Virgo. So anytime in September feels really good to market yourself, to put yourself out there, to have new enterprises come in. There's and also it's an uplifting energy. I'm just seeing this golden light lifting you up and shining brightly and having you be open to new career opportunities. So if you're willing to put it out there, make a few phone calls and say, or just in conversation with people saying, yeah, I'm looking for something new, or do you know anybody that has something? I do feel like it can take off. And it's kind of like that telephone game, right? And somebody tells somebody else, and somebody else tells somebody else, and then pretty soon you've got an offer. So there is a way for you to be able to, if you're looking for a job or looking for a second job, more money can come in very quickly through your career. And also things that you want to sell or that you want to market yourself. It's a really good month for that. Okay, let's look at your health for Virgos. Just want to be careful that you don't get run down. Don't get ahead of yourself. Do your best to stay out of your head, about your health. really you're being asked to pay more attention to resting when you're tired, be present to that, take a nap, that sort of thing. Don't push yourself to it. So for me, it feels like it's an overall well-being, a potential of being run down or tired. And that feels like a lot of that can come from worry. So if you don't worry, right? If you stop the worry, your health will be fine. If you're constantly worrying, you're going to have to take better care of yourself, because I just feel like you could get run down this month. So just be aware, slow down. You can minimize that. You can delete it just by paying attention. When you notice if you're not feeling good, immediately take something for it. Drink your water, take your vitamins, go to sleep. You know how to take care of yourself. So if you're taking care of yourself, then you're just going to be fine. I don't see anything surprises happening. Okay, let's look at, speaking of surprises, let's see if there's any surprises in store for you in any area of your life this month for you Virgos. Yeah, okay. So I feel like for some of you, it may be a lost object. It may be a lost pet that comes back. It may be something, it may be a lost lover or friend that returns. But I just feel like this happiness, it could be that somebody comes home from college and visits you, even though they just left, right? It just feels like this happiness, an unexpected visitor, but it's around relationships, and I feel really happy and I feel really connected. So there's some surprise around somebody coming to visit or see you, or a surprise relationship coming back into your life. But it really feels really sweet and really good, and just one of the highlights of your month. So absolutely some good surprises for you in terms of your love and feeling loved and feeling connection with people. A really great month for that. All right, Virgos, overall, I like this energy. It's going to just lift you up, boost your spirits. For those of you that have money concerns, there's money to be found around you, and there's career opportunity for you as well. And just cut out the worry, and you're going to be great. All right, have a wonderful month, you guys, and I look forward to connecting with you again next month. And if you like my intuitive astrology, please click like, share it with your friends, comment below, and I'll see you again next month.